Hello Ghana, hello Africa, welcome to Raw Entrepreneur. I'm your host, Jocelyn Enyona Machakao, and today we'll be talking to two lovely sisters who decided to come back to their country, Ghana, to start a chocolate business. Come on as we interview them. Hello Addison sisters.
Hello. Hi.
I must say you have a lovely home. I'm so fascinated with the things I see here.
Thank you so much.
I have a few questions to ask you because I know a lot of people are wondering what 57 chocolate is.
So 57 is short for 1957 when Ghana gained its independence.
Yes.
So 57 was a very pivotal year. That's when we not only gained our independence, but from there we went on to manufacture many things. For example, Ghana Airways was started, and for example, Ghana's first shipping line was started. So manufacturing was a huge deal in Ghana at that time. So basically 1957 is to re-inspire that can-do spirit and hopes that the youth will add value to the natural resources here at home.
The aha moment began when we were actually in Switzerland. And as we all know, Switzerland, although they do not produce cocoa, they are known as the chocolate nation. And, we were visiting a major factory in Switzerland, and, that's when we realized that, hey, they're making great chocolate with our resources. And so we had to ask ourselves, well, why aren't we doing the same? Why are there so many chocolate makers and chocolatiers in Switzerland, in a country where cocoa doesn't even grow? But here in Ghana, you can count them on one hand, in fact. And so that was the moment where we decided, we're going to take our resource at home and produce chocolate, add value to it right here at home, and it will be of equal, if not better quality. Of course, you can't start a business without challenges. It's just not possible. There will be challenges to overcome. But I would say one of the major challenges was, learning the context of Ghana, because, we, like you said, we're Pan-African, so we have background in the States, in Senegal, in Europe, and
in Ivory Coast.
And the Ivory Coast, and the way things are done. For example, we moved here from Switzerland. The way things are done in Switzerland are not necessarily the way things are done in Ghana. So it's learning to be flexible and adaptable and understanding and knowing your context, and that's pivotal.
Mm-hmm. That's impressive. So why making chocolates in the kitchen?
We don't have land in Free Zone. We don't have this big factory. But what we do have is a kitchen. So one thing...
And knowledge.
And one thing that you learn is you learn to work with the resources you have. And that is key, because you can have a tiny little resource, but it's a seed, and you water it and it grows. And so with making chocolate in the kitchen, we learn to adapt. Mm-hmm. We study what it takes to make chocolate on a large scale. And believe me, we're starting small, but we're going global. And you'll see 57 chocolate in our factories all over the world. But for now, we're starting in our kitchen, and it's learning to adapt the larger processes and scaling them down. And what a lot of people don't know is that's actually very possible. It just takes a lot of, creativity and innovation and, speaking to people who have been there and who are more experienced than you as well.
So a big thing for us and a big thing for our branding is we want our chocolate to be art, to be a reflection of Ghanaian art. And the one thing that is very representative of Ghana are Adinkra symbols. As you know, there are almost hundreds of Adinkra symbols, and they all have a significant meaning. Mm-hmm. So we have about 12 in our collection, and we're actually looking to get them all.
Yeah.
That's our goal.
Yes. So right now we make about 6 varieties of chocolate. Okay. We have 2 dark chocolates. We have a 73%, which is When I say that, it means the percentage of cocoa in the chocolate. So we have a 73% dark chocolate, and then we have a darker one, an 88% dark chocolate, which is also infused with baobab. And then we have our milk chocolate, and we have our mocha latte, which is a white chocolate, but it's infused with coffee. And then we have our regular white chocolate, as well as our bisap or sobolo, or you guys know as sobolo, or hibiscus white chocolate as well.
So, on a lighter note, what are your hobbies?
For me, I love to dance.
Whoa.
I love dancing, but then I also love working out. So recently I just picked up weight training. So I've been training with weights, which is great. I really enjoy it. Yeah.
That's very good. How about you?
I would say I like to run, I like to read, and I love salsa dancing, especially deep and intimate conversations about God, like that.
Yeah, so religious. What advice would you give to young Africans out there who want to become entrepreneurs like you?
Be willing to really put in the work and give it your all. And moreover, just there's so much we have here on the continent. There is so much to do. There's 1,000,001 ideas, 1,000,001 resources, we could use here. So I would encourage people to definitely, first of all, one of the key things is read. Reading is so key, and gaining that knowledge, knowing your product or your service inside out. And that was one of the key things for us. We had to, before we actually got into the factory, had a factory or our kitchen, it was a lot of reading and asking questions and, speaking to people who have been there. Because the thing is, there really is nothing, well, for the most part, there's nothing new under the sun. Somebody has been there. Somebody has walked ahead of you. Find a mentor. We have plenty of mentors who have helped us along the way. And just know that, there are people who are willing to help.
And for me, one thing I would like to add to that is that I feel like there's no better time to be African than now. Right now, we have a lot of bloggers out there, a lot of entrepreneurs, and they're showing the world globally with what Africans can do. We're innovative, we're creative, we have a lot of potential out there. So I think it's important that we as Africans, we write our own narrative and put the positivity out there, because there are people out there who only associate Africa with poverty, with strife, and it's not like that at all here.
Yeah.
We have amazing, talented, both female and male individuals who can change the world. So be ready to be part of that.
So it's been a pleasure talking to you, lovely sisters. We in Ghana are so inspired by your story, and we love your chocolates too. So thank you for honoring our invitation, and we hope to make this interview a very successful one by letting it reach Africa and beyond, so that a lot of people can come to you for more products, and you also keep expanding